Okay.
Some may think a bed is a bed. Well, that's not the case with Jamie and Rick Oswald. Now, I'd like for you to hear their testimonial.
Okay, let's do one more.
Some may think a bed is a bed. Well, that is not the case with Jamie and Rick Oswald. I would like for you to hear their testimonial.
Quiet on the set. Close the windows. You can talk if the windows are closed.
Quietly still, because I can still hear. They're whispering. Okay, and action.
We are now here with Brian of the Gingrich family. Brian,
Hey,
when
Ben.
I first came in, how are you? Good to see you.
Thank you.
When I first came in, I noticed some items, and they caught my eye. And I wanted to know what they were for and the difference in them. And you were kind enough to point them out. What are these exactly?
These are samples of foam that is used for the upholstery. Most mattresses are inner spring, meaning a spring inside of the mattress, and then they're upholstered. Basically, a mattress is a specialized upholstery company.
Okay.
And the mattress is as good as the upholstery materials. Funny thing is, springs, there's such a huge difference in the quality of springs that Consumer Reports independent testing agencies haven't been able to discern the difference. I always tell people the best spring is the one that's in the mattress that you like. And there are differences in types of springs, but there's not too often you have a failure in spring units.
This goes right on top of the spring.
On top of the spring
Okay,
unit.
okay,
Yes.
all right. And they're different densities, I would assume?
Yeah, density meaning the weight. That's
okay.
different than firmness.
Okay.
And for instance, these 3 pieces of foam were all the same size, the same firmness a couple years ago. They're a couple years old. We had cut half of this off for a sample for someone, but imagine that these looked identical.
Really?
And feel the weight of this.
Okay. These were identical.
Yeah, they looked identical.
Okay.
Feel the weight of that, feel the weight of this one.
Yeah, this is not very.
This
is
weighs
light.
about 50% more.
Huh. Okay.
Even though it's smaller.
Okay.
Then this weighs about twice as much as this.
Substantially
piece.
different. Yep.
Okay, so the more petroleum in it, the stronger the cell walls. Essentially, just from people going like this, it has softened the foam up, as you see here.
Okay.
Obviously, this is much, much better.
No question.
And then you can really feel the difference here. So,
Well, this brings back. I mean, this supports me. I mean. Better.
yeah, now this represents the range that the mattress industry uses. Most, probably 90% of mattresses will use this quality of padding.
Today.
Yes, this may cost 40 to 50% more. This is what you get in the premium beds. You know, even when you're spending $3,000, $4,000, $5,000.
$3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Even though they could be using this.
Yeah, they could be using that, but you can't tell the difference really. And for the first couple of years, you wouldn't really notice.
I see.
So essentially, this particular foam here, you find this in the furniture industry. You know, using for seat cushions.
Okay.
You would not use the typical upholstery foam that's used in the mattress industry as a furniture builder, couches, you know, sofas, chairs.
So foam
because
isn't
it wouldn't
foam,
hold
I
up.
mean, yeah,
No,
okay.
no,
Wow.
it wouldn't hold up.
Wow. Okay.
So this stuff here costs twice as much as what's in most mattresses. That's why you wouldn't use it normally, because you don't get a
need it.
return.
Okay.
Well, you just don't get a return. You spend twice as much on your upholstery, and you don't get more in wholesale.
Interesting.
You don't get more on you get more money for a more luxurious look and a more luxurious feel, not more life.
Interesting.
People don't know.
Yeah.
So this represents the lowest quality we use, our entry quality, which would be like in a world of car tires. If you can just remember how many miles, what's the mileage? This might be a 2,000-3,000 mile.
Okay.
This might be a 10 or 15,000.
Okay.
Way better, certainly, and it should be when you're spending many thousands of dollars.
But if I put this on my car, it's not going to run nice because it's square.
That's true,
It's a
but
tire.
it'd be bouncing along for maybe 60,000 miles, though. I mean,
Bouncing along, I
so
like
there
that.
you go.
Okay.
Anyway, that would be the difference. This is furniture grade, fine furniture grade foam. This is a good seat cushion for maybe 5-10 years. And so with our hotel beds, we upholster with this.
Okay.
And we'll get 10 to 15 good years in a hotel. We may have
10 to
more.
15 years per bed.
Yeah, comfort life. Where I might say that for what I would consider in the normal mattress industry, what I would consider the higher end of what comfort life, what we would get for 10 or 15 years might be, 2 to 6 years,
Wow.
in that range.
Their top of the line is your entry level.
But in terms of the quality of padding, yeah, but we
Okay.
spend the extra money for it.
Wow.
This represents the highest quality of polyurethane foams, these all are.
Okay.
Foam made, high density, high resiliency. Feel how heavy this is compared to that. This is the highest
really-
end of
yeah.
what you would use in the most
Okay.
expensive furniture. In fact, this costs about twice as much as what this really
Will
good
this
stuff
last
did.
longer than this?
Yes. Not only that, you can use softer foams and have it still last longer, more elasticity, more stretch, and you can get more shaping around your shoulders and hips and lift into your lower back using this foam. And it costs more to do that, but we won't build luxury into a mattress and diminish the life of the mattress.
I
We'll
gotcha.
spend more money on the quality of materials.
What is this? Here
Now
we
you're
go.
coming to the latex foam rubbers. This is just a sample block of latex foam. Rubber coming from the rubber tree, rubber
Gotcha.
plant. And this happens to be with a blend. Most latex foam rubber does have a blend of some synthetic, which is like having a cotton poly shirt. You know, it's all right.
Why are
It's
there holes in it?
The holes are from heating elements and cooling elements in the manufacturing of it. They're not put in there to cause the foam to breathe. It breathes anyway. But when they manufacture latex, in order to get it to set up and cure, they heat it up. With the Talalay process, they actually fast freeze it, the foam, when it's in the liquid form, and then they heat it up, which makes a more expensive and more stretch.
Can you make a mattress that doesn't eat the TV clicker? Because I get in bed and I had the clicker a second ago, and then all of a sudden it's missing. Do you think mine have big holes in it or something, and it just...
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Well, we have to train it.
What's
We
that
put
all
you through a
about? I
training.
don't know
It's
what
like,
that is.
you know, people and dogs. You know, the dog's only as good as the person. You got to train the person.
I know I'm not the only one this happens to. It happens to everyone, I'm sure.
Well, when you go into using latex foam rubber, just because it's latex doesn't mean it's going to last a long time. But latex in general is quite a bit more expensive than the polyurethanes. What you get from it, they've never been able to make a real rubber band, a synthetic rubber band, and have the elasticity, have it be able to stretch like that. So moving into using latex foam rubber, you're able to have much more of a gentle quality to your shoulders and hips without losing the lower back support. It can actually lift, stretch more around your contour.
Is this more expensive than this?
Yeah, significantly more
Okay,
expensive.
okay.
And
But this is what you're
this
sleeping
is
on
at
now.
our very highest end, most
Okay.
gentle, most luxurious mattresses.
This feels good just pushing on it. It's
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
And when
So
you,
does this, but this is a different feel.
exactly. You go into the 100% natural latex foam rubber, and it does have a blend. Even when they make it sound like it's 100% natural,
Okay.
you would find most, if you were to go and discover what the source of it is, does have some synthetic blend. But the 100% natural rubber is so heavy. Feel how heavy this chunk is. It's
This
so
is really heavy.
Yeah, it's much more heavy than the
I know,
normal
no,
rubber,
it is.
which is much more heavy than
It has
this.
holes in it. And it's
And
heavy.
again, for the
Yeah, but it's,
cooling or the heating elements to cause it to cure.
Interesting.
When we come into our most natural and organic material mattresses, we're using this. So
Look at these guys.
this is an encased,
what
individually
it looks
encased
like.
spring.
This goes on the side of the bed, exactly?
This would be a rubber, yeah, a latex 100% natural
Goes around the bed.
rail. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That
So
fits
that would be
there.
the edge. The spring would go inside of the rail, and
Okay.
then the upholstery foam over the top.
Wow. Wow. I can see why it doesn't break down.
Well, the springs will hold up better than what if you have a solid core latex mattress. The quality of the latex, the stretch of it, which allows it to be so gentle, is also what causes it not to be the best center support mechanism. Although there are a lot of mattresses sold that are solid foam. But
You know, I was in in your factory with Dale, and this was amazing to me. Is when I just without this, I actually crawled up on the bed.
On the
and I lay with this thing, and I said, okay, well, this is good enough if I didn't have anything else, simply because of the support that I had in every area instead of big round springs or whatever someone else would use. This is what really, really supported me, and that was pretty cool. And I learned a lot. That
as
was
opposed to the conventional open coil spring is what they call that.
There you go.
We use both. It's a different type of feeling and support with both. The encased coil springs that we have, we've partnered with a gentleman and a company that actually fabricates and builds the machinery to make encased coil
no kidding.
springs. So we
Okay.
have
Yeah.
what is significantly higher quality than the normal industry standards that progressively becomes firmer as
Well, a lot
you
of work went
sink
into
down
this.
into it.
I mean, they're not just attached; they're encased. Look at that.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow, this is great, and now I see why you make such a great bed. And but I would like to ask you later about your organic bed,
Mm-hmm.
and if you don't mind.
No, not
Okay,
at all.
terrific. Thanks. Good.
Okay. Okay, I'm rolling.
You rolling?
And action.
Brian, something's very important to me, and as it is for many people, and that's going green, being organic. And I understand this is your top of the line organic bed, and this is something that a lot of people are very interested in. What exactly is it, and why is it your top of the line bed?
Well, it's the result of actually several years of looking for and sourcing the most natural and organic, when possible, materials.
I would think that would be an expensive process just in that alone.
It is. We were fortunate enough that Esalen, which is a human potential retreat in Big Sur, we've worked with them many years, and they thought it'd be nice to go into natural and organic beds for their highest end rooms. At the time, I always had wanted to, but it is very expensive. So thinking we might only sell a bed every couple of months that would be that expensive, only, you know, shooting for the highest mark of luxury and quality, so on and so forth. We were fortunate enough that with a presentation, they were able to raise $25,000 towards the development of the organic natural beds at one fundraiser about nearly 3 years ago. And that gave us the money to go source materials to begin with, and the evolution of the bed was over a couple of year period of time of experimenting and working with Esalen and also clients. In the last, well over a 2 year period of time, I think we've sold easily well over 200, close to 250 beds so far during the development phase and the beta phase with clients that we would get feedback from and continue to make it better. And we have it the way that I really like it now.
And I understand it's organic all the way to the rubber.
Well,
that is, you know, the major comfort part of the bed. Is that correct?
The latex foam rubber is 100% natural. It's not certified as organic.
Wow.
There's an entire process you need to go through to do that. But yeah, the rubber is 100% natural and the best that you can find.
Gotcha.
The fabric, I could not find at the time a stretch knit cotton fabric that was as nice as the stretch knits we use on our other luxury beds. So I was fortunate enough that a company that we work with that makes some of the finest fabrics in the world, they allowed me to choose one of their 100% cotton fabrics, and they went and sourced organic cotton to make our own mill run of, and you see we've had our logo put into it.
Let me ask you this, what about it being organic? Does that change anything regarding fire retardant abilities, you know, any
well,
of that,
the big, yeah.
You have to meet a certain standard, correct?
You do. The thing about organic, well, first of all, like with cotton, the big thing about being organic is that cotton as a crop is one of the worst when it comes to using pesticides and herbicides, you know, for being earth friendly. That is a very big issue. So if the cotton is organic, you know that there have not been all of these chemicals put into the earth, as well as people that are concerned about, you know, sensitivities to chemicals later. But yeah. So what ends up happening, our fabric, which we use on the mattress, can we just cut 1 second? Okay. I'm thinking I should, yeah, you just went into the fire retardant stuff. Okay. So essentially, I'm going to step in here.
All right.
Okay, where were we on that?
Okay, so it does meet certain standards, that's great, I got you.
Yeah, with the fire regulations these days, the federal fire standards, they actually use a machine that has 2 blow torches. One torch burns down onto the top of the mattress and the other one from the side. And then they let it smolder for 20 minutes. They video it. They put the torch on it for, it's somewhere up towards a couple of minutes. And if it ignites, you over the next 20 minutes, you've failed the test. If it smolders without eventually igniting, then you've passed the test. In order to do that, we have our own organic wool. We've partnered with one of the foremost authorities on organic wool, actually, with his own carding mill in the world in Northern California. And what we do is we have a organic cotton or organic wool that we've had what is called needle punched into a dense pad, and then a little bit of wool on top for the loft wool for the quilting. Enough to give it a nice look and a little bit of softness, but not so much to pack down.
Who does your quilting for you?
don't want to talk about that. Okay.
And
so
that's a cut scheme.
So, okay, that's a cut. So anyway, we can.
Okay, ready?
Okay. Well, because we maybe changed wool, a layer of that, and then the loft wool, which is thick enough to give a nice quilting look to it, and to give a little softness, but it's not so thick as to take in a body indentation, because wool will compact some, and you
Okay.
can't fluff up the fabric that's sewn onto the mattress,
Okay.
of course. And this will pass without having anything. Well, this is all organic wool, and that will end up passing I screwed that all up. So this will, with the dense needle punched wool pad and the loft wool, it will pass the fire test.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad I asked.
No chemical fire retardants added to
Okay,
it.
goodness. Good. And we have, this is the,
Why don't we start with the mattress
Okay.
here? Or you still go running?
you rolling?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just roll.
Okay. So this is the foundation
Yes.
itself. And then this is,
That's the mattress. It's an encased coil spring mattress.
okay, that's what we saw earlier with the,
With the, yeah,
With
with
the
the rubber
rubber going around
encasement
this
that
case,
goes
yep,
around it and
yep.
the individually wrapped
okay,
springs.
gotcha.
And then we have a separate, what we call a comfort pad here. The thing about the 100% natural rubber, it is so heavy where with our other mattress lines, we will have several mattresses of one series.
I see.
Each progressively having more upholstery material. So the amount of gentleness and support that you'd get, you would choose the mattress according to how much upholstery.
If this were the rubber material that I saw earlier, this would be so heavy that if this were all, the entire mattress with this, so that's why, and it isn't necessary, correct?
Well, okay, so this is as thick of upholstery, which would be the entry of the, oops, I screwed that all up.
Okay.
Okay, so the mattress itself is so heavy with the minimal amount of upholstery on it, which is still a very nice, firm, but in the shape of your body because of the pocket. Gotta start that over again. Okay, where were we? on
Okay,
that?
if we use the thickness of that rubber that I saw earlier, would this be very heavy? This would be too heavy.
It's extremely heavy, especially because the rails, since we're not using a polyurethane foam, of course, we want to be as natural as possible.
And it probably isn't necessary anyway with the coils the way they are as well, correct? To use, if this were all
That went the
rubber.
wrong direction already.
Okay.
Okay, so,
I'm trying to get across that this has pockets in it.
Right.
And that it isn't the entire thing, because it's just too heavy.
yeah, well,
Ready?
Yeah.
So this has the railing that is the rubber.
yes,
And then
yes.
the coils inside here.
Then the
Gotcha.
encased coils.
Okay.
And because with this mattress, we're trying to be as natural as possible, the side rails that the encased coil spring goes inside of is 100% natural latex foam rubber. It's very heavy, so where with our other mattress lines, we'll progressively have several mattresses in a row that become more luxurious, therefore
gotcha.
having more gentle to your shoulders and hips, more
Gotcha.
firm up into your lower back, you know,
Okay.
because you can only have firm in your lower back if it went around your shoulders and hips. Well, I can't have mattress number 2 and 3 with more upholstery on it because you simply can't lift it. So
gotcha.
using the 100% natural rubber required for the more luxurious version of this mattress to have a separate, what we're calling a comfort pad, so you can carry it into a house even. I mean,
Is this,
feel how heavy this thing is.
Yeah, I could tell. Okay, yeah, you're right.
So-
What is this exactly made of inside?
Well, this is 100% natural rubber
Okay,
also.
all
So
right.
instead of having a thicker mattress and
Gotcha.
another thicker one, we simply have to have a more luxurious version, you simply add a separate piece, which is kind of neat because you can always replace this more often
see.
if you need to. And
You could actually sleep on this.
yeah, a lot of people do,
Okay.
but I'm finding most people, once they learn that you can actually have more luxury and increase your lower back support, you know, because the mattress is contouring more, most people, once they learn that, will tend to move into a mattress that's much more luxurious, so long as they're adding lower back support.
You remember how we met. I called in the phone book. I'm doing a movie here with Lauren Bacall and the Eastwoods and whatever, Dina Eastwood and Scott, and I'm the stunt coordinator on the film, so I needed some mattresses to fall into from doing a high
Right,
fall.
right.
And so you were kind enough to show me what you had. I was not expecting to change my life in the way I sleep when I came. I was just looking for something to fall into. So when I came in, I remember seeing the differences early on, and this was impressive. Then when I was on this was amazing. But then you throw this on top of it. I was on a cloud. I have never. I've said this before. I thought I loved my bed before because I've had 2 broken backs as a stuntman, and comfort is a real necessity for me. And this is the most amazing feeling of anything I've ever been on in my life. Like, this is truly amazing.
Yeah, this is 3 inches thick of, again, the gentleman we partnered with, our own organic wool inside of the stretch knit fabric that I was telling you about, the organic cotton. And we call it an organic wool pillow topper. The nice thing about it, it's real wool. It absorbs moisture. It can wick moisture away from your body, help it breathe. It's really comfortable, and you can fluff it up as opposed to, pillow top beds, which are a lot of polyester, fiber feel.
Well, I have good news and bad news. Great news is you have the best bed in the world. The bad news is you're probably going to be late for work because you're not going to want to get up.
There you have it.
Cut.
Okay, let's do it one more time. I just want to set the gain. All right.
Still on standby. Okay, action.
Jamie and Rick,
Yes.
tell me why a bed is so important to you. Tell me why, do you think?
Well, a good night's sleep kind of sets the tone for your whole day, I think.
Okay.
And
There are a lot of beds out there.
there are, and we've slept on a lot of beds, especially in the last 10 to 12 years. I've slept on more beds than probably the average person will in their life.
Why? Why is that?
Because Rick is very
Sensitive.
mattress challenged, is what I
Right.
call
You
it.
married a sensitive man.
I did. I knew it when I did, but I
Physically.
didn't know the extent.
Physically sensitive.
Why is that? What do you
Right.
mean?
Well, growing up, I was a gymnast. I was ultra flexible. I became very aware of things that were uncomfortable. And when you become flexible as a gymnast, you stretch your ligaments out. And that may not be such a good thing to stretch them as much as gymnasts do. I also, because of gymnastics and learning skills such as balance, strength, coordination, learned to do a lot of extreme type sports such as barefoot water skiing. So I had an accident there where my head was slammed down further than normal. I actually touched my chin to my chest, and most people can't do that.
Did you hit something, or was it water? I mean, you know, because water's at, you're probably doing 50 miles an hour or greater, I
Somewhere-
would think.
Yeah, close to 50.
Okay.
When you fall barefooting, they call it a face plant
Ouch.
because you go down so fast, it's like moving
So the
along
water
and-
is what does that to your
Correct.
head. or
And
whatever.
when I went down, you're going so fast that you don't just sink down into the water, you skim across like a stone that has been thrown.
Were you unconscious when this happened?
No, but I wish I had been. Black eye from the water pressure.
Okay.
The water pressure got behind my head and forced it
Okay.
forward.
So from that moment on, you had difficulty sleeping, obviously, I would think, or finding something. I mean, we have pain pills.
Right, right. Well, just getting through the injury and trying to recover from that, I didn't notice a lot of the things that I noticed today. But it was down the road a few years where it started to creep up on me, sleeping maybe over at someone's house on a poor quality bed or whatever.
When did this accident occur?
About 20 years ago.
Oh my goodness. So you've had difficulty finding a comfortable bed all these years,
Oh, definitely.
and now
It's just,
you have found the mecca of beds.
The epitome.
I am so relieved
Really?
that I'm ecstatic.
Wow.
Yes. I can get a good night's sleep. There's nights when, I got to get up early to work hard the next day, but I'm fine with that because I got good enough rest. Where before, sometimes it was, you're awake a good portion of the night, just trying to get comfortable. And actually getting out of the bed and sometimes laying on the floor just because things just didn't feel right.
Interesting. Now, I read a testimonial of yours, which I found very, it's only funny now because it probably wasn't funny at the time.
Right.
But some of it was pretty humorous, as how he'd go to the other room and
Oh,
all this.
yeah.
So tell me
We-
a little bit about
We didn't
that.
sleep together for 3 months, 2 weeks, and 4 nights.
We started
Because-
out in bed
yeah,
together.
And he would have to get up and go to another room, which was an old bed at the time.
Just for something different? I mean, just because you were so uncomfortable where you were, you just go to the other room?
It was like the bed would wear out in an hour or two.
Wow.
Rick
That's
needs
what
to
it
feel
felt like.
supported.
Okay.
And this bed wasn't supporting him. I tended to like a little softer bed than he
Okay,
did.
okay.
And so it was comfortable for me, but he would lay there and within an hour, he had to get up and go in the other room.
Did you try the two different side beds that have firmness and softness? You know
What
that?
haven't we tried?
Oh, really?
We have tried everything.
Wow.
We've tried the air ones, we've tried water, we've tried pure latex, we tried, I call
Okay.
it the curse bed.
How did you hear about Monterey Mattress Company?
Through a mattress topper company in the northern part of the United States, and I was in search of trying to put some kind of topper on the bed that we had at the current time.
Now, did you say, "Oh, here we go again"? You know, another referral. You know,
Well,
at some point, did you?
I always tried to go into everything with a positive
Okay.
attitude. And even with the positive attitude, I was having all this kind of trouble with these beds. We tried different technologies from air to water to Euro slats to, just
Latex.
solid foam beds, inner springs, conventional, everything that we could find.
And you were 100% happy with this bed from Monterey Mattress Company.
Better not try to take it away from me.
Well, no, I'm happy as well. I thought I liked my bed before, but until you know something different, it's like being in love in high school. You think you're in love until you find your mate. You know,
Right,
so
right.
until
Well,
you
I've
know
quit
something
looking for something better.
We don't need to look any further.
Right.
We
Wow.
found what we need.
Terrific.
Both
terrific.
of us.
I
We,
feel
we
the
sleep
same
in
way.
the same bed.
Good job. Good
Yes,
job.
We
yes.
were trying to determine how many mattresses we had purchased in search of something that would work, and you had said that we
It
had
was like,
we had as
our
many
10th
mattresses.
anniversary, we had almost one mattress per year. By our 10th wedding anniversary.
Wow. Wow.
Since we've been with Monterey Mattress Company, that's all we have.
We've spent thousands. We managed to save a little by going through some extra work, where you had some kind of a comfort guarantee where you could send the mattress back. Well, at the time when you purchase it, you think, well, hey, that's great. But when you're trying to box up some multi-pieced unit and get it back the way it was packaged, otherwise it won't fit in the package, and then take it down to UPS, it was a real hassle.
I've nicknamed him Ricky Take Me Back Oswald, because he has packaged up so many mattresses, I mean, all different shapes and forms, but he does it because he can't sleep on them.
Most people don't expect you will do that.
Right,
That's
that's
how
right.
they make the money.
That's
a lot
right.
of them, you know. So, but well, thank you for their testimonial. That's
Yes.
great. I feel the same way you do about the bed, and we really appreciate your time today and
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
coming to see us. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Alrighty.
Jamie, I understand that you and Rick went through a process once you came to Monterey Mattress Company on actual fitting.
Right.
And you would go from one bed and adjust it to another or something. Am I correct in that?
That's correct.
So what exactly was that process like?
Well, when we first came to Monterey Mattress, we knew we wanted the number 12. Rick was certain he could sleep on that.
Because you had tested it, right? You laid on it or
Right.
whatever you did.
We laid on it in the morning,
Okay.
we went away and had lunch, and we came back
Oh,
and
wow.
laid on it again.
Okay.
And we laid on the 10
Okay.
and all different ones,
We
actually.
learned not to try to rush things yeah, as far as testing out mattresses. And we were lucky enough that we happened to come down one day when Brian was here. We didn't really know
Brian, of the Gingrich family.
exactly.
Okay.
Right.
And he happened to be here, and he noticed that we seemed to be, well, I was actually told by one of his employees that in 20 years or whatever, I happen to be the most knowledgeable customer about mattresses as far as how they're made and, you know, what's in them, the
I
quality
would think so,
levels.
from what you've been through.
Right,
Right,
and,
right.
yeah, I mean, no expert, but I was just so focused on looking for a comfortable bed that would last, not just comfortable, because you can get an inexpensive bed that might be comfortable for a short period of time, but something that would last.
Okay.
And
But
so,
what really sold us on Monterey Mattress Company was Brian's assurance that we would end up with a bed that we could both sleep on. Because
exactly.
I still like a little less firm of a mattress that Rick does, so.
Assurance being, if you weren't happy with this bed, we would apply that to the next bed.
Which we
And-
did
all right.
several times.
Oh, no kidding?
Yes,
Oh, wow.
yes. And currently I'm sleeping on a box spring and you're on the
A wire
wire.
foundation.
So
Okay,
the
okay.
bottoms are separate, basically.
Okay.
So the mattress is the same, but what people would call box springs, mine is firmer, it's a wire foundation, and hers is a box
Well,
spring.
then let me ask you this. We live in California. Who wakes up first in an earthquake?
Right.
Me, I'm a
Okay,
lighter
okay.
sleeper. I
Perfect.
usually have to wake him up.
Perfect, perfect.
So Brian happened to come over because he noticed that we seemed a little different than the average customer, more knowledgeable, but also a lot more finicky and more cautious.
Surprised he didn't offer you a job.
Well,
We've talked about it.
you know, I'll tell you what, I could not sell or work for somebody that I didn't believe
Yeah,
in.
for sure, for sure.
And the integrity of this family-owned company is awesome.
Now,
Surpassed anything we've
yeah,
ever dealt
yeah.
with.
have you ended up now? Do you think you're where you need to be or want to be with your
Absolutely.
your
Yes.
bed?
Absolutely. There was a time when we had separate Monterey mattresses in 2 different bedrooms
Okay.
because we were test driving them, if you will. And that's how we are today.
Wow.
We actually started out with their number 12. It's a conventional inner spring, but it's padded with latex foam rubber.
Now I understand also that Dale and Brian actually will come to your house, come to your home, and fit you with these beds
Yes.
until he gets it right.
Right.
Wow.
And because Rick is so mattress challenged, that's why
Wow.
we had mattresses in 2 bedrooms.
That's pretty cool.
So, yeah.
So then he brought a second mattress. We exchanged that one out. He showed up with a number, what we call a line 10. It was a little firmer. We tried that out for a few months until he had this pocket coil mattress that he wanted us to try.
It has to be called an encased coil because
Okay.
Trademark.
pocket coil is Simmons, like Kleenex is facial
Got it.
tissue.
Encased coil.
Yeah, an encased coil,
Okay.
individually wrapped encased coil.
Okay.
Kleenex encased coil.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's what I sleep on because I like it softer.
It comes with Kleenex in it, so you don't.
Okay.
Okay. Are we rolling?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
So after the line 10,
So after the line 10, Brian delivered us a encased coil, individually wrapped encased coil mattress. We used the existing foundations that we were on, the box spring and wire, because we had the flexibility trying to figure out what was going to work for us to change sides, more firmness or more support, less support underneath the mattress.
And you could really tell
Oh, yeah.
pretty much right away. Instead, it wasn't a placebo effect where you're
No.
getting on one bed and it's a bed, I'm in a bed store and la la la. You can actually tell the difference with
Oh, yeah.
these tops and the firmness
Right,
of
right.
a 10, a 12, or
Right,
whatever it
and
is.
the box spring and the other one,
Wow.
the
Right.
foundation.
But now I can tell the difference instantly, but I still got to be careful because of my body's sensitivity to mattresses. Sometimes I can get fooled, or things will change
Gotcha.
to where I think this is working,
That's
and
what
then
I meant,
maybe
yeah.
it's not.
Okay.
And that was the big advantage of working with Brian on this.
Gotcha.
The comfort assurance.
exactly.
Yeah, and the return policy, which we will never experience, but it's there if we needed it, which other mattresses we had purchased, we didn't always have that.
Yeah, I've never heard of that or seen that from any other company but Monterey Mattress
Plus, we
Company.
never felt rushed.
Right,
I mean,
right.
when we had a mattress, two encased coil mattresses, one softer, one firmer. We had one in the master bedroom, one in a guest bedroom. We actually had the luxury to be able to spend a week on one bed and then go to the other room and spend a week there. We could go back and forth, change at will.
Actually, like 4 different sides because of the different bottoms, as I call them.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
and there'd be nights where even though Rick knew he was on the mattress he was gonna end up with, he'd wanna try my side.
Well, it's kind of neat for you because of what you've had to endure because of his
Right,
pain.
right.
So you could probably anticipate what day he was going to have before he knew
Right,
sometimes
yep.
or whatever, and he probably wasn't even aware of it. But that's just great. I mean,
Right.
what you guys have been through is a real true testimonial as to this bed.
It's funny
So,
now, it wasn't funny when we were going through it,
Yeah,
but
that's what I
because
meant.
we are extremely pleased now, it's kinda comical.
Yeah, yeah. And the nice thing is I think you have an organic bed now.
Yes, all
Which-
natural, organic.
Yeah, yeah.
And also the toppers are a good
Right.
point
Well,
to
that's
the
one of the other
flexibility.
big benefits to these beds, we call them, or mattresses. Bed could include a frame, but mattress, box spring foundation, the mattress, and the flexibility to be able to sleep just on the mattress or to add a comfort pad and this ultra
Yeah.
luxury pad. I mean, you can do any combination. That's one of the big disadvantages to competition is they sew it all in and you're locked into it. And if it wears out, you can't take it off. You got to go buy a new one.
Yeah, exactly. Well, good job on that, and thanks again.
You're welcome.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
This is good stuff.
Thank you.
this is that.
Make sure you do your thing, boss.
Okay.
And don't look at the camera.
I don't know where the
Yeah,
camera
he can
is.
just look at you maybe at the door
Yeah.
or something. Give him something to look at.
Think about the lady.
Dale, you can just look at me or look at the stairs as you're walking down, and then look at me. But not here. You're gonna walk right past the camera, and then we're gonna cut.
Okay, are you
Right.
ready?
We're gonna cut it when he gets here, or
Yeah, let him just pass the camera.
right. So you gotta come all the way to about right here,
Perfect.
Okay.
and then we're gonna cut it. Okay, you're off camera just a little.
Okay.
And are we rolling?
Yeah.
And action.
Him or something.
Alright, let's do a knock.
Good morning.
Well, hello.
How are you?
Is this the right house?
This
I
is the
guess?
right house. Welcome. Welcome.
Good. Well, thank you.
Thanks for coming over. Come on in.
Alright.
Did you get a seat going like that?
I mean, I can't. It's too
You move over this way a little on this one?
No, I can just go down. Alright,
It's great working with the pros.
let's go. Ready, Dad?
Hey guys, quiet.
Okay.
All right, Dale. How are you?
Hi.
Welcome.
I guess I'm at the right house.
You made it through the castle walls. Welcome, please.
huh?
Come
Okay,
in.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Action. Hi, Dale.
Why?
Welcome.
I guess I got to the right house.
You
huh?
did. Thanks for coming
Okay.
over. Appreciate it. This is real service.
Well, thank you.
I collect war medals.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna go, Dale. Ready? Okay. This is the master bedroom, Dale, and you know my wife Catherine. You've met before.
Well, hi.
So good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Thanks for coming. Dale's going to do his magic. He's going to kind of tell us a little bit about his bed, and we're going to discuss heights maybe of the mattress, how high and whatnot. He's going to measure. I'm not sure what size bed we have. I don't know if it's an Eastern King or a
It
California
looks to
King.
me as if it's an Eastern King, but I'll soon find out and
Okay.
measure it.
Good.
All right.
Dale, this is my wife Catherine, whom you've met before.
So
Well,
good
hi.
to see you again.
Glad to see you again.
Dale is here to measure and to do his magic on our bed, and we're going to talk about heights and different things and whatnot. I'm not sure, Dale, if this is a California King or an Eastern King. I'm not sure. So,
I'd say it's an Eastern King, but we'll soon find out. I'll do some measuring and.
do you have a
See.
tape measure?
Oh, I do. I always have my tape measure,
Ah.
and a man should always have a pocket knife too.
Okay. Well,
Two things I wouldn't be without.
I was going to ask if you needed a pocket knife, but I'm glad you brought
Of
it.
course, I need a pen
Okay.
to write with too.
Pointing at their horse. Alright, let's give it a try.
You rolling?
Yeah, action.
Okay. Hi, Dale, this is the master, and you know my wife Catherine. You've met before.
Well,
So
hi.
good to see you again.
Glad to
Thanks
know
for
you.
coming.
Dale's here to do his magic regarding the bed, and we're going to talk about heights and sizes and certain things. And I'm not sure if this is a California King or an Eastern King. I don't know.
It looks like an Eastern King, but we'll soon find out. I have my tape measure. I'll
Okay.
measure it and
Good.
go from there.
Great. Great. Great.
Okay. And action.
Hi, Dale. You remember Catherine, my wife? You've met
Oh,
before?
yes.
So good to see you
Glad
again.
to see you again.
Thanks for coming.
How many
Thank you.
mattress companies come out to your home and actually measure? This is pretty cool. So, but he's here to do his magic, and we're going to talk about different heights that we had discussed earlier and sizes and whatnot. And I'm not sure what size this is or what it is. Do you need a tape measure or anything?
I have my tape measure, and I'll soon find out here. One thing a man should always have is a tape measure and a pocket knife with him. I'd be lost
Well,
without
okay.
either one. So,
All right.
All right. Choose some settings here. Okay.
Don't mix in the war.
The fireplace is between us, right? Not behind me?
No, it's behind you.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
because my
so-
instinct is to be closer to him, and I'm
Yeah, that's
staying
fine. No,
far
that's
apart,
fine,
which is-
yeah.
which is unnatural for me. So okay, I'll go over by him because that's
Okay. And action.
All right, Dale, you remember my wife, Catherine. You've met before.
oh yes, hi.
Glad to see you again.
Glad
Thank
to
you
see
so
you
much for
again.
coming.
How many mattress companies come to your home and measure to put in a new bed? This is pretty neat stuff. So thank you for this.
Well, thank you. Glad to be here, and we'll take a look and see what you have.
Okay. You know, I'm not. We're going to talk about different heights and what we want and sizes, and I'm not sure if it's a California king or a Eastern king. That's your specialty. And do you need a tape measure or anything?
No, thanks. I have my own tape measure. We'll
Okay.
soon find out, but I'd say that it is an Eastern king.
You can tell by looking at it.
Yeah,
That's an Eastern
but
king.
we will measure for sure. And
Right. Rolling. And action.
Honey, you remember Mr. Gingrich? Dale, you've met before.
Hello,
Well,
sir.
hi, yeah.
Thank you so much for
Nice
coming
to
out. So
see
nice
you
to
again.
Not many companies I know, mattress companies, come to your home and measure. This is pretty neat. So that's what Dale is here to do, is magic. And we had talked about heights and different sizes and whatnot. And do you need a tape measure?
no, thanks. I have my own. There's two things a man should always have. That's a tape measure and a pocket knife. So,
Okay. Well, terrific. Well, I don't know if this is an Eastern king or a California king. Can you tell by using your pocket knife, or you're going to use the tape measure?
no, I'll use the tape measure.
Okay.
Okay. And action.
Okay.
No,
Just walk around. Just do whatever you want to do to measure. Now, I noticed your logo is a panda bear for your company. I think it's pretty cute, and one of them has them lying, I think, on a mattress or whatever. Why panda bear?
Years ago, I hired my neighbor, retired art teacher of the Carmel School District, and he told me I needed something for a logo for a company, so he worked for me in the showroom, and he sketched out various things, including, like most mattress companies have, a beautiful lady stretched out on the bed. He drew some of those too, but he did some of animals, and I chose the panda bear. It seemed like a real cuddly animal, so he put it on a mattress on a cloud, and that's how it all started.
It's a neat looking logo. It works.
Yeah.
It works. So
And then later on, we turned the panda into a little cartoon character and had him in our ads, weekly ads. We'd change him as to what was going on in the area, either the races, the golf tournament, the music festival, or what. We had the panda doing various things.
neat. Well, what do you need from me to help you with your measuring?
Well,
Do you
I'll
need
just do a
anything, or-
little quick measuring, but I'd say it
Okay.
is an Eastern king,
Okay.
and
Now the Eastern king is wider than it is long, obviously.
Yeah,
Is that correct?
it's-
Yeah.
4 inches wider than a California king, but it's 4 inches shorter.
Okay.
And yeah, I'd say this is an Eastern king.
Okay. Why do they call it an Eastern king?
To most people in the East, it's a king. Here in the West, we call it an Eastern king because ours is a California king.
Okay.
Any place else in the country, it's almost a sure bet that it'll be this size bed.
Now, do you recommend a bed to be higher or lower or whatever? Because, I mean, it'd be kind of neat to have enough space to put some containers of shoes or certain things and take advantage of some of the space under the bed. So,
We can do that if you would like more room and make the bed higher, but I
think
can
that'd be
build
nice.
any height you want.
Okay.
Several times I've built beds quite high, even 3 feet high, so people would get a view of the ocean
Oh, wow.
from their bed in the morning
Is that
when
right?
they get up without even setting up.
Well, I don't want one that I need a parachute, you know, to get down or whatever. But I think we would like to have some storage space.
Yeah, well, that's easily done.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good. And then I'm just going to sit down right here and then ask another question. And I'll say I think Catherine has some designs she'd like to go over with you regarding the headboard, you know, new bed. So
Okay.
okay.
Now let's roll. And action.
Do you need any help from me for regarding measuring or anything or?
No, not really, just some information.
Okay.
It looks to me as if it is an Eastern King bed,
Okay.
and which is 76 wide and
Okay.
80 inches long, and that's what it is.
Okay. Now your crew will disassemble this bed completely, and then install your new organic bed.
Okay.
So also Catherine has some drawings on design for the headboard that she'd like to go over with you.
Good.
And
Good.
then once we have the new bed in place, we'll know how high the bed, because we talked about how what storage under the bed possibly. Once we know how high that's going to be, then we can determine how high the headboard will be,
Okay.
if that's okay.
Sure.
Great, great, terrific.
Okay. Action.
So you're going to use a headboard only on this bed.
This is the sketch I made of what I'd like to create. Basically a Gothic style headboard. This is, you'd only see the upper part, the bed would be here, and this would be up above the pillows, just leaning against here. And with 2 legs or more legs if you thought it needed it, holding it, whatever you think, support it behind the bed.
No, 2 legs should do. And figure out the height of the bed and bring the this part down so it meets the mattress.
Top of the mattress.
Yes.
And this be just below the height of the ceiling.
Okay.
That's how I was measuring.
Okay. Which we'll need to get more measurements on that, and
Double check everything.
but that looks real interesting.
And then I'll do all the faux painting afterwards of creating the design. But to have the basic piece and route it on the outside or have it raised on the outside, I'd love your advice on what you think would
Okay.
be the right thing to
Sure,
do
we
there.
could apply like a molding type and then route it over the edge so it is raised.
That'd be gorgeous. Love that.
And I'll let you decide on the rest, and I'll see what I can do for you.
Great, thank you.
Here we go. Action.
So I understand this is a headboard only, no footboard, and it'll be mounted to the wall and the bed in front of it. One thing I might suggest is making the headboard a little wider than the bed. That frames the mattress because you will drape the covers over it. It looks nice to have the headboard a little wider than the bed itself.
Wonderful, I agree. And in that case, then these legs should probably be set in a little bit so that they're not seen? Or would they stay
No,
on the
I would
outside?
leave that as part of the part exposed, that would be on the outside of the
Make it a little bit
mattress.
wider so that they'll... Okay, wonderful.
Because covers always take up a little room. If you build it just the width of the bed, why then put the covers on it, it seems like it narrows the headboard. I'd rather see it wider.
Good idea. I agree. And this was just a basic Gothic design that I came up with, just quick sketching with the idea of it. This would just be the basic shape out of wood and then either routed or something that would make it raised, whatever your idea is on how to finish
Okay.
the edges there. And then I'll do the faux painting of creating this afterwards.
Well, that would be fine, yeah.
Love your idea about this coming down farther, absolutely.
Well, we'll get all the measurements, work that out, and then go from there.
And I'd like it to go almost to the top of the ceiling, but just a little bit of
Okay.
airspace above. And then the pillows be just where they're covering up this part of it, but the mattress is up to here.
Sounds good.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and action.
This is the sketch I made, my idea for the headboard. Gothic style, out of wood, legs holding up.
Very interesting. It will be quite attractive on your bed.
Thank you. But Gothic is
And
our
so
style.
it will be headboard only,
Correct.
and the bed in front of it. And I understand that we decide on the height of the bed to give you some storage under the bed, and
Absolutely.
then we'll build the headboard to fit the mattress set.
This would be open, the mattress against here, the pillows leaning against here, and then this be just below the height of the ceiling. I love it. Thank you.
Sounds
And whatever
good.
you think about routing here or adding some, whatever kind
That-
of finished
that will
edge you
be-
think would be right.
Will be easy to do.
Wonderful. Thank you.
You want to stand over here, Dale? Just go behind me. Go behind. Just sort of direct them. Go a little bit forward, where the shadow starts. In the shot. We gotta redo it. We gotta redo it.
They have the same TV shows in Japan now, Dale. Leave it to Buddha. Father knows Buddha. He ain't heavy, he's my Buddha.
Have to do some carving.
What about there though? That tipped to there.
Yeah,
Will it make
I
it?
think it'll do.
Okay. There you go.
That's a good shot.
Just
Oh,
76 and a half
oh
inches.
my gosh.
Do that one more time. Get so you can get the top part.
76 and a half inches. Oh, we're almost there, almost there. Okay.
76 and a quarter.
Hey, we better move it quick. It's getting shorter.
Ready?
All right.
Way out of your way. Okay.
Got it.
Good to go?
Yeah.
Action.
All right. Yeah.
You carry it by yourself? No, I'm thinking about the box. Huh? That's what I mean. Can I go? With the box? Yeah, he's gonna carry a box spring now.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's probably just be narrated over or some music. Are you an actress, Catherine?
I did some acting. I didn't model. I don't
Oh.
get in front of the camera anymore.
Oh, okay.
I did some acting.
As you can see, you pick up on certain things that an average person will not ever pick up on. Yeah.
Such as?
No, just like details and continuity, and I mean, people have, I have absolutely no idea for the most part.
You know, my background is business. I'm business and medical science.
Oh, okay.
Detail.
One more time. All right.
Ready?
Yeah.
Rolling action.
And I also wrote screenplays in LA, so.
Is the same person in front who was in front before? I hope they didn't switch slides or anything.
I'll probably just use the shot.
Yeah, okay.
Perfect.
No. We're doing fine.
How are the guys doing?
Okay, got it.
Yeah, how you do? And then
Yeah.
greeting, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Or hey Ben, hey Catherine, how
Got
are
it,
the
got
guys
it.
doing? Yeah.
Ready?
All right, let's go.
Action. Hey, Brian.
Hey, Ben. Hey, Catherine. How are you?
Good to see you.
Very
Good to see you
good.
again.
Nice to see you.
Thanks for stopping by.
All right,
Thanks so
all
much
right.
for coming.
How are the guys doing?
They are doing great.
Well, let's
Yeah.
go check
This
it out.
is
Let's
neat.
get this puppy put
Okay.
together.
And let's go.
All righty.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, Ben.
Welcome.
Hey, Catherine. How are you?
Good to see you, man.
Good to see you
Thanks
too.
for coming
Thanks
by.
for coming.
How the guys doing?
You know, they're doing great.
Fantastic.
Non-stop.
Love it.
Well, let's
Good
go
service.
Let's go see where they are.
Okay. You can walk in. Yeah, we'll have you come in and say, hey, Brian, it's fine. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, and then what I'm going to do is show you the bed legs instead of the frame. Okay. Explain that it'll work better on the carpet.
Got it.
Okay?
Yeah. So now we have flowers in the frame.
Yep.
Well, they're different flowers from flowers before. I was at flowers there. It wouldn't be the same one.
Okay.
Unless it was literally the next day.
I'll hire you for continuity, Catherine. I pay nothing.
We'll both just get in front because I haven't been established with this shirt either. So, hey Brian, thanks for coming by.
Well, hang on, but you guys are gonna talk right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna show him
The establishing shot
I'm gonna be in there. You're gonna walk in.
You say, hi, Brian.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, exactly. So whenever you're ready to roll.
Okay.
Oh,
like
wait,
water.
I gotta give Pops back his,
Okay.
don't want to
Roll
take
it.
away half of what a
Thank
man
you.
should have.
I don't want
You wouldn't get much.
That was great. I don't want to walk away with half of what a man should have. That's a
Okay.
divorce, it sounds like.
Okay.
You have to be careful how you say that.
Okay.
You know the difference between 7 and 10 inches. It's quite a bit.
Okay, well,
Okay.
my look at the time. Ready?
Okay.
Roll.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah, hey, Ben.
Thanks for stopping by, man.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Good, good.
All right, bed legs. So
Okay.
what we have here, instead of the frame, we got bed legs with glides for you.
How high are we? We'd like as high as, what, there are two sizes.
Well, we have a number of sizes. There's
Okay.
3-inch legs, 5-inch legs, 7-inch, which is the standard,
Okay.
and normally a box spring would be 8 inches. So a 7-inch leg and an 8-inch box spring would give you your normal 15-inch drop for
Yeah.
dust ruffles. Although you'll be doing custom anyway.
If we go with the 10-inch legs, that'll give me 10 inches from the,
That'll
space on the bed. How high will that put the bed?
Well, we've got 10 would be 18 plus the mattress 8.5. That puts you over 30 inches high.
Perfect.
With the wool pillow topper.
Okay.
If here, let me show you, because this would be a. Here's a 7-inch leg right here.
Okay.
Here's a 10-inch
Oh,
leg.
much better.
And these simply screw in, so we could always change them later for
This
you.
is, I love this for storage under there.
Yeah, yeah.
Great mechanism you have too. I haven't seen this before. where you can
Oh,
change
look at
legs.
that.
Yeah, you just screw the legs in.
wow.
Also, Pops can build you lower foundations, custom build. If you decided the bed was too high and you still want the 10-inch legs, we can custom build a lower foundation,
Okay.
any height you want to lower the
Terrific.
bed. So
That's brilliant.
get used to it, see how you like it. You may like being high enough to see down to the ocean.
Not only do you come to the house and measure, and you personally fit for the bed,
Yeah,
you
this will go like
customize the height of the bed.
These will just go right in here. They're screwing the legs in here.
Okay.
The nice thing about the bed legs with the glides is on carpeting, it doesn't sink into the carpet the way that the wheels do, even the wide rug rollers.
Because these are wide enough, right?
Yeah, and you lift slightly and slide. It's like having
I
those
see.
little furniture
Wow.
sleds.
Wow. Brilliant.
And the thing about the rollers anyway is they don't swivel by themselves. So if you have them all,
You
you
have to
have to
in the
get.
same direction, so
Yeah.
you can't go one way then the other. Uh-huh.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay.
And they sink into the floor more than these too.
We can
So
slide
you
it
know,
out for vacuuming every 6
Yeah.
months when you want to.
This is
too.
pretty.
Just-
This is
yeah.
pretty easy to do.
Wow.
I like the and the bed legs are stronger and sturdier than what a bed frame is. We sell both, of course, but and then in a case like this, you would attach the headboard to the wall, which is much sturdier than having one bolted onto a metal bed frame.
Yeah, that's neat.
You notice that's how most nice hotels do it anyway. You have the nice headboard bolted to the wall.
Wow. Wow.
That's okay there.
Now, do you attach these two together once they're?
They don't go
They just
anywhere.
stay
You
right
put the
there?
mattress on it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it holds it together.
Okay.
So if you ever need to move for some reason, it's a lot easier than taking a bed frame apart to move the mattress and
This is just
screw
perfect.
these. That might be kind of fun to watch the fast with the the fast frame or do the high speed.
Jake. See off camera. Came in first.
When we should have it.
Good to know. Is it off camera?
Was camera off camera? Was Catherine off camera?
Weren't you standing there?
But you see, we didn't
Neil,
He came
the
in.
screw didn't go clear.
He came in and shook hands with me, but
Didn't shake hands with me. No, I didn't want to blow shine anything then.
Oh,
It just
so we do it
didn't-
again?
Wouldn't make sense.
We can do like an introduction outside. We can do like a, like we did up in Monterey mattress. Just do
Yeah,
several takes.
okay.
So we have options. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe something outside. Another day. Maybe this time you meet at the gate or something like that.
Gotcha,
yeah.
gotcha.
And then we'll just cut to, because I said,
Okay.
I'm thinking this should all just be dismantled and put together, speed up so you see the whole thing go
Gotcha.
down and go up,
Okay, so maybe it doesn't even matter. I'm not even gonna necessarily.
Yeah,
have that.
and maybe we can slow it down when we talk about the heights and
The
stuff
height of
like
the
that,
legs.
yeah. But yeah, the intro we can do separate and,
Okay.
we can splice that wherever we want.
Yeah, this
And
is
we
a-
have options.
This is a good time to shoot the point.
Yeah.
Just got a bit of.
Yeah, I probably have enough of,
Yeah, I really wish we had our new brass corner guards.
What they don't know more.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, next. Mattress. So.
see the plastic on it because I wet the bed.
What about this item?
MOS? No sound. Catherine says always go for the 10 inches. Dale.
Thank God for prosthetics, huh?
Yeah, I like the different colors. Well, tell me about the different colors. You were asking
There's
about
a
the
new-
background.
There's a new one, they call it all green, but it's actually black.
Huh.
Made out of recycled materials. I haven't brought any of those green yet.
Doesn't matter which side is.
It's two-sided.
It is.
So you can flip it over. You got twice the life.
Okay, good.
But they're identical each side.
Yeah, each side is identical. Have to straighten that out a little.
Oh, did we want to put a,
A bed skirt?
yeah,
Yes.
bed skirt on first?
Yeah, well, they can do
It's
that right
going
now.
to
They can
be
roll it up.
A little short, I think.
Right, it'll be short, we know
Yeah, let's
that.
go ahead and get the bed skirt then.
Am I getting bed skirt?
Do we need to?
Yeah, might as well, because they do it all
But
the
it's
time.
too short though and it won't fit.
Yeah.
So it's,
I mean, are we
You know
gonna
what I
show
mean?
just
Well,
the
we
bed
can-
being
it's not
there?
gonna
Let's
match.
not show the bed being made.
Well, but
Well,
just
we're
the
gonna show
skirt,
final
you have to
result.
do the skirt first.
Just we just putting in.
Yeah,
Okay.
the
Then
rest
take
of the
it
bed
out.
you don't have to make, but the skirt. So go ahead and film them putting it in. And that's actually a part of the process with everybody,
okay.
because you can't expect them to do the skirt later. Making the bed's one thing, but, okay, so we lift the bed up. Okay, so you can we can help you do this later when you get a custom skirt, when you know what
I'm
you
gonna
want.
add to that one.
Yeah, well, actually,
It's
look,
not that
that's a
bad.
pretty good drop,
Wow.
not too bad,
No,
not too bad.
it needs,
yeah.
it needs more. but that's
Or
okay.
you can add to it, is that
Yeah,
what
I'm
you're
gonna add
saying?
to it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
got
add
it.
another layer, I'm gonna get
Another,
Just sew a little.
a fringe.
Yeah, French.
Push
Yeah.
it back as far as we're going, you know?
here,
So when
Some of these skirts have French.
Let it
man.
go down.
just a second,
you pull too far
Okay.
around.
I'm sorry, Jake. You have to.
and down,
Okay. We're gonna lift
Now-
up both of them.
lift this way, and let me get in here. Okay, bye-bye.
You
Done.
guys can cover that
That's
also
an Angelo
later,
done deal.
with the idea that it'll be a longer skirt.
Okay,
I'll
Cool.
be adding to the skirt because we have longer legs.
okay, now you wanna get this up against the wall?
Yes, please. Didn't sound good.
my
Plug
hard
light.
That was
contact
the
lens
plug.
from last week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which plug? So
Come out just a little bit.
That's probably the plugs.
It's this right here. It just, yeah.
No, let me just see so I know what we're, because I'm making.
You wanna come
Well,
forward?
plugs
a
into
little
the,
Oh,
no,
those plugs.
those plugs.
Oh, okay.
We want to come out about 1/4 of an inch.
That's good.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, because you don't have a,
Once the other frame is there too, it'll. I mean,
yeah,
once the
that'll
headboard's there.
give you this much space.
By the way, so that you guys know, this is not, of course, it's not real mold, it's supposed to look. We're gonna eventually make one shot, even if it's just something we have to do later, but after the headboard is there and after we have the full finished
I have
product.
something really special
And I
to show
add
you.
to the
Yeah,
bottom.
Okay. Okay, so what we have now, this is the pocket coil mattress. It is two-sided, and this is the comfort pad which goes on top. The thing, as I was explaining earlier, was that the true 100% natural latex rubber, which most of it that's out there that they say 100% latex and natural, is not 100% just rubber. I mean, it's all
Gotcha.
latex
Okay.
brass, but this is about 30% heavier, this latex rubber, than the normal Talalay latexes, the best that's on the market of the other type, which we use in our beds that are not trying to be as organic and natural as possible, right? This stuff is so heavy that we can't have a more luxurious mattress than this and be able to pick it up.
I see.
So that forces us then to have a separate upholstery pad in
Interesting.
order to
I
have a
gotcha.
more luxurious bed. We could not sew this amount of upholstery in the mattress and move it. You saw how difficult it
Yeah,
was anyway.
it's very heavy.
So it's on now. Just the last is the topping. All right, here we go.
Whipped cream?
This is a 3-inch what we call a pillow topper.
That's Victoria's favorite part.
Yeah, and the matching fabric, which is our own custom stretch knit organic fabric. We had to have the mill actually source organic cotton. To
Let me ask
weave
you
this
this,
fabric.
that rubber breathes and stuff, so we're
Yeah.
not gonna have the same problem we had before.
No, not like the vinyl.
Interesting.
So then here we have, we partnered with one of the foremost authorities on organic wool in the world, who owns his own wool mill, carding mill, up in Northern California. So this is a special blend of wool that is the best for the loft.
And
you
this
know.
is either side too, right? It doesn't-
Yeah,
you can-
yeah, you
All
and
of
you just fluff it up.
everything is bi-sided, so you
Yeah.
can
Huh.
switch all of it around any which way you want.
And
as
so this you can
desire.
fluff up at any time.
That's so
Now we just
cool.
want to see, because it's big, so you just want to get it to be the right size and thicken it up a little bit. There.
Oh, wow. Wow.
There you go. And
Huh.
there, like so.
I have a feeling I'll be sleeping in tomorrow.
It's nap time. Siesta.
We need
Okay.
to put Hubbard on it on this.
There you
Wow,
go. So,
wow.
if,
Great
if,
job.
if I could figure out how to create more luxury and still give you lower back support, I'd do it. I mean, this
don't
pushed
think
the
anyone needs
envelope.
more.
It's as luxurious as we could make something and still have great lower back support. And it really feels like you're floating on it.
Have you ever seen a finer bed than this? No, never.
Well, one of the
So-
points too, when we're speaking at the thing, between he having 2 broken backs and my having 4 back
Oh,
surgeries,
that's,
choosing a bed is a big deal for us, and comfort is a big deal for us.
you get whatever in that you want, but yeah, check that out. There.
Hey, this is my side. You're over there. This is my side. What are you doing?
Do you always sleep on that side?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
That's his side.
Sorry, I
This
can't
is
put my feet
kitty's
on the
side
bed.
right here. Yeah, you have to take your shoes off first. It's wonderful.
Yeah, just take a couple of deep breaths and let your body just relax, and you'll feel the tension go out of your lower back. You really will. It's amazing. You know, he's having nightmares about those bad stunts.
Where was I?
Where's your stunt?
You wouldn't believe the Viet Cong were coming from all directions. Oh, God. Oh, I forgot I was in a Monterey mattress bed. Oh, I thought I was at Hefner's again. And there were all these girls that were from... Oh, I'm back in the Monterey mattress.
How do you put up with this guy, Catherine?
It's easy.
Wow.
That is a
Wow.
wow, though.
It's wonderful.
That
it
is
really
absolutely
Uh-huh.
amazing.
Yeah, in the store, it's like
And it's hours.
we're like on it. And
Oh,
my
and
wife.
this works beautifully for pretty much everybody. It's like if somebody has a Rolls Royce, either model you're probably going to like. But especially with the two of you with your back injuries, which are, you know, multiple and surgeries, after giving yourself a little time, maybe a couple of weeks, and your body adjusts to it, sometimes it's like getting a chiropractic adjustment. Suddenly you're being held in good posture.
Huh.
But we can fine tune the bed also.
Huh.
Like we could change the spring system a little,
Wow.
or the firmness of the padding to make adjustments. So if it just seems like it could be better for your particular needs, then we start working with you to try going one direction and the other, and by process of elimination, we can perhaps move it to where it even serves you better.
It's good for posture. It's posture bedtime.
It's, yeah, posture bedtime. Posture bedtime. I like that. We're gonna have
Or
to.
Lewis posture.
Uh-huh.
No, that was on the mold outside.
Yeah, that was on the mold.
Lewis
Lewis posture. Huh?
I put him out the posture.
Yeah. There's no end to the master punster.
You're going to be giving me these posthumously pretty soon, I'm afraid.
Oh, no.
Okay.
She doesn't want us dragging it across the.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay, let's go.
Hey guys, would you check this out? I see, you know, I
Yeah.
think this is mold.
Hang on, Ben. Sorry.
Sorry?
Let me. Are you going to be over there because I'm reflecting?
Oh.
That's why I said we should probably shoot there. That's fine. I'm out of the shop.
Okay.
Okay. Let's just redo that. Sorry.
Okay.
Now, sweetie, that was caught when we took it apart upstairs.
Yeah, I know, but nobody pointed it out.
Yeah, I said, I said, yeah, that's
Ready when you are.
Hang on one sec. Let me just move this again. Okay.
Hey, would you guys come here for a second? I want you to see this because I noticed this. This was our top memory foam that we had on our previous bed that we liked so much. And Brian, what is that? Is that mold? What is that?
It is mold. You see, this is where your bodies were actually. Now, the thing with the air beds is it's a vinyl bladder, you know,
Wow.
that is the center support, so it can't breathe at all. So what you have here is, you know, where your body was from perspiring,
Wow.
actually got moist.
Now we have something on top of this, by the way. This goes on top.
Yeah.
It was like this. So it was on this, and then there was a top piece that zips on top of this, and then this was underneath on top of the air bladder.
Right.
And just so you know, we change this every year.
That's the top cover right here.
Okay,
so
yeah.
this
on top
cover
of this.
was zipped on top of there.
Right,
yeah.
so that
and
is
you
all
change
the
that
way-
once a year. How old is that?
Well, this is not even a year old even,
Yeah.
and we change this memory foam every year. So
right.
that's not healthy, I don't think.
Well, like I told you, you know, if you were happy with this before you discovered us, it's
Yeah.
I tell anybody that if you're happy with this or the other memory foam mattresses, we can really spoil you.
Wow.
And not have the health issues like with the memory foam.
no
The
more-
thing is, the memory foam does not breathe very well either. Then you had an air bladder underneath it, so there's no airflow. That's where the latex foam rubber or the high density polyurethane foams is far better to use.
No more air beds for me. Goodness gracious.
Catherine pointed this out
Action.
upstairs. Did you look at it? Because she did point it out.
Hey Brian, can you guys check this out? Because I think Catherine pointed this out upstairs. I was not aware of this.
Yeah.
This was on top of that, and you can see. I guess this is mold. I mean, this is not healthy. But this was what we were sleeping on this side, and then we had this right on top. That. So this was zipped on top of that. So all of
Right.
that mold was underneath because of our body heat or
Well,
perspiration?
your perspiration, yeah. And the thing is, the air bladders don't breathe. You can even see right here is what
Yeah.
it was against. Because it's a vinyl air bladder, so it
Unbelievable.
can't breathe. The air can't flow through it.
This
And the-
can't be healthy.
Well, the memory foam doesn't breathe. The old stuff didn't breathe at all. The newer stuff breathes some, as they say, allows airflow, but not like, you know, really high quality latex foam rubber or the other really high density, high resiliency polyurethane foams.
what
You
scares
could
me-
use those as an air filter. This would not, you know, airflow would not quite be like that. But
We change this every year, and so it hasn't been that long since we changed it. So this is So that's how bad it can be with the, and guess what, no more air beds for me.
Well, yeah, and I tell people that, you know, because some people do like them, but as I say, that or the memory foam, all foam mattresses, that if you like those, you know, we can really spoil you. So,
Wow, wow, goodness. That's going to the trash.
all right.